Hello and welcome. I'm Tauni at Yoga 413. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to lead you in your yoga practice today. Today's class is going to be power yoga, more intermediate class. So I'm assuming you're coming to this class with a regular yoga practice or at bare minimum are very familiar with the basic yoga postures. So just remember, make the class your own and let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to begin today's class in an easy seated position. I invite you to close your eyes, begin to connect to your body and your breath. Take a nice long inhale in. Exhale, let it all go. Begin to find that steady rhythm of your breath. Making the choice to let go of any distractions or anything that's just might be weighing on your mind today that you need to set aside, even if it's only for during this class time. Bringing the hands to your heart in a prayer. May this class be a blessing to you both physically and mentally, leaving you feeling stronger for your life off the mat. I invite you to set your own personal intention for your practice, knowing all intentions are welcome. Let's begin to open the eyes, reach the arms up over the head, and then bring one arm down and stretch that side body and that low back. Lifting up, exhaling over to the other side. Lifting up and then just falling forward, beginning to open all through the back and the hips. Coming back up to that seated position and switching the legs, placing the other leg in front, reach those arms up. Taking that right hand to the left knee, sit up tall and twist, turning your gaze over your shoulder. Reaching the arms up. Exhale to the other side. As you inhale, focus on lengthening the body. Exhale, maybe a little deeper into the twist, never forcing. Rotating to the front and again walking forward, starting just to open up the back side of the body. Bringing the hands back in, we're going to come to all fours into a tabletop position. Begin to flow through cow and cat, rounding the spine in both directions. As you inhale, slide the shoulders down the back, open the chest, exhale, round. Let's do one more cycle of breath. Finding that neutral spine, extend the right arm forward and left leg back. Bird dog pose. Pressing through that heel, toes are down. And release. Let's switch sides, extending opposite arm, opposite leg. And release. Let's start to flow that. So as you inhale, extend arm and leg. Exhale back to that tabletop. Switching sides. Let's do one more round on each side. And then tuck the toes, walk back to the hips, stretching into the bottoms of the feet. Take the arms behind you, grabbing onto the elbows. Start to draw your shoulders back and down. Just a really gentle opener here for the chest and shoulders. Releasing, coming back forward. Let's come into our first downward facing dog. Taking the hips up, gently begin to pedal out your feet. Finding that foundation in your hands. Putting weight into the fingers as well. And then just find your pose, find down dog. Begin to move forward into plank pose. Drop the knees to the mat. Lower all the way down. Coming into a baby cobra. So lift the chest. See if you can lift your hands as well. Pressing all 10 toes down into the mat. And release. Keeping the knees down, press up and back to extended child's pose. Reminding ourselves you can come here anytime you need to. You never need permission to rest. Either hit the pause button or come into this child's pose. Returning to downward facing dog. Begin to look forward and step to the top of your mat. Deeply bend the knees, place the belly on the thighs. Come into your first fold, turning the head side to side, forward and back. Just release any tension you might be carrying. Begin to roll up, nice and slow, firming the legs. Coming into mountain pose at the top of your mat, Tadasana. Sun Salutation A, reaching your arms up. Swan dive, fold forward. Half lift, gaze forward. Hands can come to the shins. Exhale, fold. Stepping back to plank pose. Shift forward and lower all the way down to the mat in a straight line. Tops of the feet come to the mat, lift into cobra. Exhale back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step the right foot forward and then the left. Lengthen the spine to your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up with a flat back, reaching the arms up, bringing the hands to the heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Swan dive, fold forward. Half lift, gaze forward. Exhale, fold. Stepping the feet back for plank. Shift forward, lower halfway to chaturanga. Flip the tops of the feet to the mat, straighten your arms for up dog. Exhale, down dog. As you inhale, bring the left foot forward, then the right. Lengthen to your half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rising up, high mountain pose. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Inhale, reaching up. One more time through the series, forward fold. Half lift and fold. Stepping back to plank. Shifting forward halfway, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. As you inhale, look forward, step or float. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reaching up. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Drop the hips, reach the arms up, chair pose. Exhale and fold. Flatten the back, lengthen. Plant your hands, step or float back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, down dog. Lifting the right leg, keeping the hips square, step the foot forward, back heel drops to the ground. Take a moment, pause, find warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Taking the hands down to the mat, stepping back for plank, flowing through the half series. Or maybe today you're choosing to just go to down dog. Left leg up, hips square. Stepping the foot forward, warrior 1. Again, pausing to find the pose, drawing that right hip forward in line with the left. Taking the hands down, flowing through the sun salutation, through the half series. Coming into downward facing dog, where we pause, we breathe, we check in. Maybe now is a great time to revisit your intention. Looking forward, bringing your feet to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine and fold. Dropping the hips into chair pose. Returning to hands to heart, standing up, Samasthiti, steady balance. Sitting back into chair. Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Half lift, gaze. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Right leg up. Stepping the foot forward, back heel drops, warrior 1. Returning back down to the mat. Stepping back. Flowing through chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. On the other side, lifting the left leg, stepping the foot forward, warrior 1. Exhale down to the mat, stepping back, flowing. Downward facing dog. So we've been building some heat. We're going to go through that series one more time through. So once again, looking forward, feet to the top of your mat, and fold. Sitting back into chair pose, hands to heart, Samasthiti. Sitting back into chair, last time through, forward fold. Lengthening the spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Hips square, right leg up. Stepping the foot forward. Rise up for warrior 1. Exhale, coming back to the mat. To plank and flowing. One leg dog, left leg up. Stepping the foot forward, warrior 1. Exhale to the mat. Once again, holding in down dog. Checking in, hopefully feeling warmer. Begin to lift the right leg up. Again, keeping the hips square, one leg dog. Find your balance. As you exhale, bring the knee to the chest, high plank. Draw the knee up into the chest. Come onto the ball of that back foot. Careful here not to hold your breath. Turn your gaze forward. Step that foot forward. Warrior 1. Lean forward into a diagonal position as you begin to shift your weight. Lean all the way forward, hips square, warrior 3. Find your balance. Stepping back, this time to warrior lunge. So keeping that back heel lifted. Breathe. Sinking into the legs, back legs strong, straight. Taking the hands down to the mat, step back to down dog. Begin to lift the left leg. Pause here in this one leg dog. Pressing through that heel. Coming forward, knee to chest, high plank. Again, pausing, create space. Come onto the ball of that back foot. Drive the knee up into the chest. Feel those belly muscles ignite. Gazing forward, step that foot. Warrior one. Diagonal, sweep your arms to your sides. Begin to lean forward. Shift and lift into warrior three, Virabhadrasana 3. Moving to warrior lunge, stepping the foot back, back heel lifted, pressing again through that heel, front knee over ankle. Taking the hands down to the mat, step back to down dog. Once again, lift the right leg, one leg dog. Exhale through the chest, lift, 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 step the foot, warrior one. Begin to lean forward to that diagonal position. Shift forward, lift to warrior three. Full breath in, full breath out. As you inhale, reach back for warrior lunge. Taking the hands down to the mat, right back into one leg dog, this time opening up your hip, bending the knee. Choose to stay or flip all the way over into wild thing. If you flipped over, lead with your eyes back to the mat, come back to one leg dog. Stepping the foot forward, opening to warrior two, adding on to our flow. Taking the right palm up to the ceiling, reach back for reverse warrior. Begin to lift and straighten that forward leg, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Rise up, reverse triangle pose. Again, lengthen through that side body, feel that beautiful stretch, gaze up, then circle all the way down to the mat. Step back for plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. With hips square, lift the left leg. Exhale through that high plank to step the foot forward, warrior one. Leaning forward to that diagonal. Then shift and lift into warrior three. Stepping back for warrior lunge. Taking the hands down, lift right back to one leg dog. Bend that knee, open up your hip. Choose to stay or flip over. Leading with the eyes back to the mat. Step that foot forward and open to warrior two. Find that foundation. Find your pose. Shoulders over hips. Reverse warrior, left palm up, reach back. Rising up, reach forward, align over that forward leg, triangle pose. Begin to lift, reverse triangle. Gaze up, reach back. Circling all the way to the mat, step back for plank. Choose to hold in plank or flow through that half series. Again, honoring the intention that you set for the class today. Take 3 to 5 long, deep breaths in down dog, or maybe even a child's pose. Continuing to build heat, we're going to flow through that series one more time, lifting the right leg. Exhale, stepping forward, warrior one. Lean to that diagonal. Lift up, warrior three. Step back for that crescent lunge. Taking the hands down to the mat, one leg dog or wild thing. Pressing the hips up, open up the front of the body. Flipping back over for one leg dog. Stepping the foot forward, opening this time for warrior two. Reverse warrior. Triangle, or maybe you're going to choose extended triangle. Rising up for reverse triangle. Circle all the way to the mat, step back. Choose to hold or to flow. Last time on the left side, lift that left leg. Step forward, warrior one. Diagonal. Shift and lift to your balance of warrior three. Take that full breath in, full breath out. Step back, crescent lunge. Taking the hands down, one leg dog or wild thing. Pressing the hips up, finding your deepest pose. One leg dog if you're not already there. Stepping that foot forward, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Straightening, lifting, lengthening into that triangle pose or extended triangle. Reverse triangle, reach it up and back. Circle all the way to the mat. Again, choosing to step and hold in plank or flow. And breathe into down dog. Taking your feet to the edges of your mat in a wide down dog. Walk your hands backwards. Begin to turn your toes out, coming into our yogi squat or malasana pose. Lifting the hips, walking back out, bringing it back into plank, keeping our feet hip distance apart. Feel your strength right here in plank pose. Nice long spine. Taking the feet back wide, walk back, toes turn out, prayer squat. So you are welcome to stay here in this prayer squat, or if you want to fly, you want to practice an arm balance, if you're familiar with crow pose, continue into your arm balance. You choose your pose. And then walk it back out, coming into plank. Lifting the hips up and back, down dog. Begin to walk your hands backwards. We're going to come into a forward fold. Lengthen to your half lift and fold. Rise all the way up to stand. Reach your arms up, bringing the hands to the heart. Let's balance into standing pigeon or one leg chair. You're going to balance on that right foot, flexing the left foot, cross it above the right knee, and sink into your one leg chair pose. Keeping that left foot flexed, maybe the arms extend. And release. Shake that out. Let's try again on the other side. One leg, chair. This time left foot stays connected, right flex. Place it above that knee, bend. Take your arms wherever you need them. And come up, shake that out. You're doing beautifully. Reach the arms up. Swan dive into your fold. Begin to walk out to the plank, and then we're just going to lower all the way down onto our bellies. Sweeping the arms to your side, lift up into locust pose. Drawing the chest up, the back of the legs lifting. Release and rest. Take one ear to the mat. Let's bring the eyes back forward. We're going to lift into locust pose one more time. So when you're ready, inhale, lift away from the floor. Choose to stay, or some of you might want to continue on into bow pose. Again, this is your practice. Honor your intention, honor your body. Releasing from the pose. Let's sit it back into a resting child's pose. Let's help yourself up, and we're going to turn over and have a seat on our mat. Finding our sits bones, moving into boat pose. Back straight, shoulders down. Releasing out of the pose, bringing the bottoms of the feet together, dropping the knees wide. Begin to hinge forward. Again, relaxing into your hips, opening up the back. Lifting up, drawing the knees up. We're going to roll down nice and slow. Reach the arms. We're going to keep the knees bent. I want you to scoop the belly muscles in, roll it down. Keep those shoulders up. The low back connects to the mat. Start to roll back up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Straighten that back. Try it again. Roll, making a C shape. Low back connects to the mat, shoulders stay up. Squeeze, lift, lift, lift. You can grab on if you need to. Straighten that back. Last time. This time that low back is going to connect to the mat. Shoulders up, stay here, or maybe extend the legs to low boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees to chest. Little massage here for your back. Placing the feet down, arms to your sides. Pressing up into bridge pose.
Drawing your shoulders together and down, maybe binding your hands or grabbing onto the elbows. Coming out of the pose, crossing right ankle above left knee, reach through, grab behind that left thigh, or maybe even up to the shin. Releasing, and we're going to switch sides. So flexing the left foot right above that right knee. Reach it through. Beautiful stretch here for that hip. Coming out of the pose, let's take a full body stretch. Reach those arms up, extend the legs. Let's bring that right knee into the chest. Pause here, pull it down as you continue to lengthen through that left leg. Then dropping across into your spine twist. Back onto the back, switching sides, bringing the left knee in, pause here, hold, pull it down, all while lengthening through that right leg. And into your spine twist. Back onto the back, hug the knees into the chest. Lifting the ankles over the knees, coming into happy baby. Peace fingers around that big toe, thumb on top. Try to connect your shoulders, your spine, all the way down to your tailbone onto the mat. The soles of the feet together, right into reclining butterfly. Hands resting right there on your midsection. Close your eyes. Observe your breath, the rise and fall of the belly. With every exhale, soften. Moving your arms to your sides, palms up, extending your legs. Moving into our final resting pose of Shavasana. Probably the most important pose of the entire class because we all need rest and stillness. So let's take it now. So I invite you now to begin to awaken the body with deep breaths, small movements of the fingers and toes, hands and feet. And then when you're ready, softening your knees, turning over onto that right side into a fetal position. Keeping those eyes closed. Pause. Check in. And now maybe set your intention for the rest of your day or your evening. And acknowledge gratitude for our bodies and our time on the mat. And for whatever else it is you're thankful for. And then help yourself up to have a seat. I hope you feel amazing. I think you did amazing. Let's reach the arms up, bringing the hands to our hearts. From my heart to yours, namaste. You'll have a blessed day. Thanks again for joining me for class.